Hello, my name is Aphrodite and this is Aphrodite's house. Welcome back to my channel. So if you're new here, I'm trying to figure out this mic situation. I apologize. I do pick a card readings, energy updates, ritual updates, and I teach pretty much. So bear with me. I'm still trying to get this mic situation set up because I don't want the cord in the shot. I'm so sorry. Hold on. Let me see if this is more helpful. Is it? Or are you still in the shot? I can't tell. It seems to not be in the shot. So it looks like I'm going to stand for this video, which is fine. I usually kneel just because of who I work with. So it's easier for me to kneel to show more of a sign of respect while I bring in all the energies. But I'm going to stand today, it looks like, which is perfectly fine. I have a chair. I just don't want to force it to fit. So here we go. If you're new here, I do my readings based off of brutal honesty. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything for you. I just don't do that. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in a soft blow. I believe in telling you what you need to hear. Today's video is going to be an update on twin flames. Just a little bit on twin flames. Not everybody has one. Your twin flame is literally, well, the way that I describe it based off my relationship with my twin is we are literally the same person. We are literally the same soul. Literally down to our taste in food in different bodies. We experienced a lot of the same rooted trauma. We're growing from the same things. We're pushing each other to grow. Your twin flame will never be someone who's abusive to you. Your twin flame is never going to be someone who's going to intentionally cause harm to you. So don't think that because you're dating this guy or this girl and they're rude to you and they're disrespectful to you and this and that and the other thing, but they still chase you and then you chase them and it's a runner and a chaser situation, that's your twin flame. That's just not happening. I wish more people knew that because not everyone has a twin flame, but everyone is so eager to have one. And it's great to have one until they break your heart in some type of way based off of a lesson they're just not learning that you've already learned, and you're elevating and all you want is for them to elevate and it's not happening, so you need to spend time apart from each other and it's just killing you because that's literally you. And you're like, I cannot hate you because that would be hating myself. I cannot judge you because that is judging myself, and I just went through this. All I want is for you to elevate. And another thing is your twin flame is not always going to be a romantic relationship. I wish people would stop with that notion that because they are technically you, that it's got to be this big romantic thing, then you come together and you're like, you're one. It's not the case. Sometimes your twin flame really does exist because your soul has a very large mission and it needs to be spread out in multiple people in order to do that mission. Will you meet your twin flame? Yes. Can you have more than one twin flame? Absolutely. I'm not getting into that topic today and I'm not debating on it. When you have a soul's mission that's larger than life, I firmly believe you can have more than one twin flame because your soul needs to be split up in more than one fragment. Into more than one. So, and also, anyways, not all of your twin flames are going to be romantic. I'm not arguing with anyone on that either. It's just not the case. Not everyone is supposed to end up married to everyone. Not everyone is contracted to be with everyone like that. It's just not happening. Your soulmate does not have to be your twin flame, but your twin flame can be a soulmate. A higher level soulmate, but a soulmate. And you can't have more than one soulmate. So you need to learn the difference between a soulmate, a karmic, and a twin flame. And you need to learn where they play their role in your life and figure that out soon so that you're not building these unnecessary attachments and these delusions up in your head and then causing all sorts of problems for yourself when it's not working. So with that being said, you have 3 piles here to pick from to get your twin flame update, reading, everything going on. But just in general, while you pick your pile 1, I love this. The while you pick your pile, I'm just going to give a general update, but the someone actually bought this for me. I remember being in the metaphysical shop, and she was like a hypochondriac or something. She like never goes outside, and she was like, for whatever reason, my guides told me to come to this shop, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. She goes, yeah, I'm paying for all your stuff. They told me that I'm paying for all your stuff. You're gonna do great. You're gonna elevate great. I would love to just be a part of this. I am paying. I was like, oh my God. It was weird because me, her, and Nimbus were all in the same shop. We sat, and it was like a whole thing of like us all crying because we all knew we were helping each other elevate that day. It was great. So this is pile one. This is pile two. I think both of these have some like amber in them. And this is pile three. I actually have no clue what this is. Nimbus and I went to the beach one day, and well, a bunch of these were like deep in the sand, and like deep in the waters. And obviously, we got permission before we took stuff. You never want to go into any big body of water and disrespect the body of water and just take things that don't belong to you. We asked, we gave thanks, we left some stuff, and we received some stuff. So great. So while you choose your pile, I'm going to go ahead and give the energetic update. The energetic update currently for twin flames is that the feminine energy, whichever you sort of relate to the most, you can identify as female but be more in your masculine energy, and you can identify as male and be more in your feminine energy. It's fluid. Sex does not define where you stand in your energy. It depends on what's happening around you right now, what you're experiencing, and all that good stuff. So the feminine energy in this relationship has grown very tired of the masculine energy. I just hear the feminine energy saying, I'm growing, I'm trying to take you with me. I'm trying to get you to understand, but you're not understanding, and it's breaking my heart. I'm hearing the feminine energy go, you're my best friend. I just want to help you. And every time I help you, you say you hear me, but you're kind of in your soul, quietly to yourself, you're rejecting what I'm saying to you anyway. So there's really no point. It's extremely painful. Don't be upset when you don't hear from me for 2 or 3 weeks because I'm working on myself. Spirit says that was divinely guided. It's almost as though someone tapped on your shoulder or grabbed on your shoulder from behind and said, look, it's okay, but you need space, you need time, and you need space. And you need to show this person that you have respect for yourself. Don't sit around here and continuously try to help them heal. They're on the same journey as you. If you can do it, they can do it. It's no excuse. You have to let them fall and pick themselves back up on their own. You heard this message many times before, and you were kind of like, yeah, okay, but then they would come to you and you would still help. And now you're like, oh, I cannot help you. This is like them texting you and you going, look, I've given a lot of energy to this, and I appreciate everything. Right now is not the time for me to be helping you. I need to be helping myself. And it's not like a diss. You're not being disrespectful or rude. You're being honest. I mean, Spirit is telling you that they've had enough of watching you go through this, and you've had enough of watching you go through this. So that's kind of where the divine feminine sits. The divine masculine sits in this stage of needing to be wild and crazy. I just hear the masculine saying, I need to do something I've never done before. I need to take a risk. I need to risk it all. This isn't like gambling or anything. I think this is just in terms of life. The masculine energy is supposed to be very providing, and you're supposed to be very nurturing. So that's why you naturally levitate towards wanting to fix the issues, and they're very quick to want to throw money at the issues and then come to you for comfort. It's not like they're like, oh, here's money. It's more like, I recognize that you're me and I'm you, and I want to make sure you're well taken care of. Even if we're not like together, we could just be best friends, and I'm still going to want to make sure you're taken care of. Here's like $600 for whatever it is that you need. I hope it helps you. And then it's like, oh, but like, so let me tell you about this bitch I met the other day. And it's like, this doesn't correlate. What you're doing makes no sense. And they're like, it makes sense to me, it just doesn't make sense to you. And there's nothing you can do about it. The masculine energy is very codependent. They need you for a lot. They need you. I apologize. That's my Apple Watch. It just keeps going off. They need you for a lot. So they don't know how to do things without you. They don't know how to do things on a scale that's not going to end up being somewhat problematic for you. I think that they don't know how. They're so used to that chaos, that riding that wave of chaos, whereas you're more like neutral. You're like, yeah, I've ridden the wave of the chaos. I'm telling you now, it gets really boring really fast. And they're like, huh, how could you ever get bored of this? Sorry, I needed some water. My goodness, all this energy's coming in. Dry mouth. Anyways, divine feminines, you did exactly what you were supposed to do. The masculines, you're still trying to get it together. You figured out. So, here we go. The divine masculine and the divine feminine. We're going to start off first with a confirmation reading because that's just easiest. So, if you picked pile 1, this is going to be your reading first. So the reason why I'm using this deck, if you've never seen this deck, a lot of people are actually getting into this. I'm still working with this deck. This is a very new relationship. We are still building. I'm still learning how to do all of the card reads, but I was asked specifically to do this one for this particular reading. So we're going to start off nice and slow. I called in everyone before when I lit the candles and lit the incense, so everyone should be here already. But just in case you didn't know, I am communing with my spirit guides, my ancestors, the divine, so the few divine that I work with, the deities that I work with, and source. And when I say source, I don't mean maybe what your idea of source is. What I mean is the creator of everything. Source code. I'm gonna start saying source code because it's so much easier. The creator of literally everything. Of everything. So not your typical what you would probably think. But so those are who I'm communing with. If any of that does not resonate with your energy, or you don't enjoy anything I just said, this probably isn't the reading for you. But let's start off with a confirmation reading, please. So for pile 1, is this their twin flame to begin with? And I use these cards because they're very specific. They will tell you yes or no, and the energy. Oh, 2 cards, but we only need 1. No, we're going to take them both. It seems like what they're trying to tell me is this is the energy surrounding you, which is this child. And then this tower here is the answer to the question that we seek. So, and this is not, we're going to go by the book, because this is one of those where you have to go by the book. Intuition does kick in, and I do get downloads, but you have to go by the book. So, with 13 and the child being here, the keywords are child, children, youthfulness, learning, friendship, beginnings, carefree, innocence, novelty, simple, inexperienced, and trusting. The energy here is neutral and maybe. So the energy surrounding you all might be neutral ground. There's no hate, but it's not all love. Like I said, you might be in a situation where you are the one who took that step back and is focusing more on yourself. It's funny because 19, the tower, is also the neutral, and it's also the maybe. And the keywords here are authority, business, innovation, building, legal issues, objectivity, official papers, large scale ambition, setting borders, guard, military, sturdy. Well, they love doing this to me. They love doing this to me. I love how I say, you have to go by the book, and then they're like, oh, that's fine, but you're still going to have to use every gift ever to do this. So I'm not sure if you saw that, but I picked the card off the top, and it was number 6, which is the clouds, which means confusion, trouble, doubts, fears, setbacks, uncertainty, overcast, depression, moodiness, mad, bonkers, hidden. The energy is negative. If the energy is negative to the left, then the answer to the question is no, and if it's positive to the right, the answer is yes. So, yes. So this, wow, they love to make this just as difficult as the situation itself must be. So, confirmation reading here. The energy surrounding the both of you is pretty neutral. There's all love. I mean, it's not all love, but it's not any hate either. This person is your twin flame, and they're just as complicated as you are. You're both complicated. You're both stubborn. I wouldn't be surprised if there's Taurus placements, Cancer placements, Aries placements, Capricorn placements. Oh, and Virgo. They said definitely Virgo placements. I would not be surprised if those were very prominent placements. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I wouldn't, my guys are saying, I wouldn't be surprised if that like dominated their chart. Like, they are stubborn. I like that though. I like that though. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to pull up my phone. And we're going to get this is going to be fun. I don't normally do this. So I'm going to see if I can focus. Can we get a focus? Okay. I'm going to take my dice. And we're going to get a channeled message from you through my music or through music. Okay, that's a 6, which is interesting. The numbers here, 6, very prominent. Okay. For the sake of not getting, not having any issues with Apple, we're going to turn my sound all the way off so I don't get copyrighted. So shuffle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, it's just the Cloud Away by Pharrell. That's a good one. That's a really good one. What you're going through will not last forever. Wow, we've just been saying that throughout the whole video. It's almost like we're all a little psychic or something. I'm just kidding. I notice that I make that joke all the time when we say something and then something happens out in public and it's just confirmation because we just said it word for word. We look at each other and go, wow, it's almost like we're psychic or something. So, that's funny. Okay, so let's get you a good spoonful. What is happening next in this development with these two? Can we get their emotions? Can we get the viewer's emotions on the right side here and their twin flames emotions on the left side? We just need some sort of development. Please. That would be lovely of you. And the author of these cards does not make them anymore. They've gone back to Christianity. I did ask if I was allowed to still use these cards or if the energy was different now, because the creator is doing something different now. I was told that I can still use these. I don't use them as often, but I was told I could still use them. So before anyone goes, oh, well, you know, the author, the woman who made those, yeah, my guides and I talked it over. Okay. Romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. I'm going to have to figure out a new way to do this. Codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Wow, it's almost like I said that just before. It's almost like I said that they were really codependent on you. I'm going to kneel down. I like my... That's much better. That is so much better. Okay. And again... Free yourself. It's time to take back control of your life. And one more here, please. Whoops. Chemistry. There is a strong magnetic attraction here. Yes, of course. Beautiful. Can you please let me know which deck you would like for me to use to show them? You just want me to talk for a minute. Okay. So I'm saying that when it comes to freeing yourself, you either already did this or are getting ready to enter into this period, like I said, where you feel like all I've been trying to do is help you elevate to where I'm at, because I want to see you grow at the level that I'm growing at, and they're not getting it. They're just not getting it. So you're kind of walking in a totally different light. You're moving into something completely different, and that's okay. I don't think that they think that it's okay. I think they feel that magnetic pull, and the pull not being towards them, the pull being in the opposite direction of getting yourself together, even though you truly, truly love them. I feel like you're just starting to do more of what's going to help you, because you realize that you're entering into these cycles. There may have even been some clear fighting, like real fighting. Voices were raised, and you might have felt really, really, really disrespected. This might have been a thing of them even going back and apologizing to you, and you accepting the apology to their face. But once someone kind of crosses that line and disrespects you like that, you in particular, you never forget it. It's like a strike. It's like you get a total of 5. And for every time you disrespect me, have me out here looking foolish, or talk to me stupid, that's a strike. And don't think that because I accept your apology that it's not a strike. I accept your apology because I don't want that energy to linger. I'm growing and I refuse to hold on to this. But this is definitely a learning experience. I learned, I've processed, and it's a strike. And this person is like, I need you. I don't know how to be without you. I don't know how to do anything else. What am I going to do? You're my ace. I kind of need you. And you're like, that's too bad. So sad. I have other things to do. Respectfully, I love you with all of my heart. But I'm not going to drop everything all of the time to be there for you. I have things to do. So what's next? Of course, they want the traditional Rider-Waite. Are we taking reversals today? We are taking reversals today. Are you going to tell me if something needs to be upright, or should I just take it as it comes? Take it as it comes. Great. So it's not that I don't like taking things as they come. It's just sometimes something will fly out reversed, and I'll be told to put it upright. Or, vice versa. Also, don't comment on my nails. I had to pop them off, give my nails some breathing time before I get them done again. Okay. We're actually going to remove these. If you hear that, that's sort of... That's my son playing in the back. Yeah, that's my son playing in the back. He loves all things tarot, and he's not even old enough to use tarot. So my guys are always like, you have to watch him. He's one of those, you know. Oh, right off rip. Should I take these? Yes, okay. Oh boy. Yeah, that's almost what I thought, but I didn't want to jump to that conclusion. So it looks as though like an offer in terms of like solid communication is going to come in, but if you allow this to happen the way that it's going to try to happen, you're going to repeat this cycle, and it's going to fuck with everything. It's going to turn your happy home upside down. You're no longer going to be in a position where you feel like you can help others the way that you know that you can, because you're going to be sucked so dry. It's almost like, it's weird. It's like them extending the olive branch and wanting to reignite things, and you kind of hearing them out because you think they've grown, and then the same thing's happening and you just feel dead dry. It's like that scene in SpongeBob in the first movie or whatever, when they make it to Shell City and they're like SpongeBob and Patrick are like drying out, literally with their last breath, just trying to be there for each other, and they're like that's you, like drying out. Your home, you don't enjoy things. You reach that point where you're like, oh my god, I feel so dried out. I feel so emotionally drained. I can't do this shit anymore. I'm about ready to pack my bag, sell everything I own, and move to Costa Rica. The living there is better anyway. The prices are better there anyway. The eating is, I'm ready. I can't deal with this. Yeah. 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 Now, this is just one potential outcome based off of the current path that you're taking. So this all starts when you accept what this person is offering you, knowing that they might not really be offering that to you, or like it's not really, they don't really have that to offer. There we go. Girl, you had options. You had options and you strolled on back to comfortability. I mean, girl, I use girl as an overall term. I don't use it as identifying you as male or female. It's just how I talk. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yup, did it to yourself. You had options and you went back to comfortability, and because you did that and you thought it was going to be a happy home, you spoke to all your friends, and all your friends told you that it wasn't going to be that, but this is your twin flame. This is you in another body. You have to love them. You have to accept them. You thought, we're going to get through this. You're not going to get through this. You're not going to get through this the way that you want to. Spirit sent you options for a reason. Some of y'all have to know that when your twin flame starts acting up, Spirit's got you. You have other people on the roster. You knew other people. You were in love with other people in a past life. You have built things with people who were ready to sign a contract to come back and meet you. They were ready to drop everything to meet you. They said, I get a chance to see who again. I'm doing it. Right fucking now. Right fucking now. Give me that. I'm ready. And you said, this is complicated because I feel like part of my soul isn't connecting with them on the same level as this other person. It's not going to. It's supposed to be different. You don't want to put in that effort with someone new. You don't want to sit there and get to know them. That's not true. Let me rephrase that. You're okay with that. It's when this person has different patterns that are seemingly healthy that you're like, oh, I don't know. Like, I get that this is supposed to be healthy, but I'm so used to the chaotic stuff that I assume that if it's not like that, then you don't really love me. You don't really love me the way that they can love me, because it's chaotic, but that's my baby. And we're helping each other grow. And it's like, you can help each other grow without needing to be in a relationship. You can help each other grow without needing to have sex with each other. Sometimes the best way you can help each other grow is to stay out of each other's fucking lives for a good minute and live yours. And even when you come back together, you don't need to be, you don't need to be romantic with them. It's not called for in every situation. Someone new, oh my gosh, someone new was literally hand delivered to you. And it seems like you kind of bobbed your head and went with the notions for a little bit and then got confused. Or not confused, you just didn't like it. It was too easy. It was too smooth sailing. It was grown. It was too grown. There was proper communication. They were opening up to you and you were like, I don't know what to do with this. Knight of Pentacles. Slow to offer you something, but they were going to offer you something. And what are you telling me? This was growth. It was money moves. It was proper communication. It was you jump, I jump. I got you. This was in reverse. I almost put that down upright. Someone said, oh, no, you don't. Pay attention. So the reason why I continue to shuffle like this is because it helps open up the line of communication. So while I do get the cards, I get the message directly from my connection to source. If your channel, which is directly above your crown chakra, is active, you need to be making sure that you cleanse the space above you, because a lot of people will cleanse their heads, like from head to toe, but they won't cleanse the channel directly above, and like it gets groggy and murky. And sometimes when it's being pried open just a little more because your abilities are growing, you have to cleanse it more to make sure that you're getting the right messages from the right, source. That was a message for someone specifically, because I have to do that regularly and I always forget. And then I hear them talking and I'm like, what are you saying? It's groggy, it's murky. Clean your channel. We're talking to you. So someone in here specifically probably has done their own tarot reading but wanted confirmation and came here for confirmation. Clean your channel. The reason why you're getting these messages and it's so confusing and it's so murky and you're like, I'm not sure if I should trust it, is because your channel's not clear. And even though it's coming through and it's correct, you assume that it's not. That's what it is. You need to do an aura cleansing, and then directly above you, your channel. So you have the channel going from your crown into the heavens to the divine, where you get knowledge, and then you have your channel that's rooting you to the earth. So below your feet, you need to cleanse both. I always recommend a spiritual bath followed by a spiritual shower. I only do this because I like to fully submerge. I like to fully submerge. This is like getting completely underwater, face and everything, closing my eyes and really meditating and cleansing. And then I take a shower because you don't want to sit in your stuff, but a lot of people will suggest that you take the shower first. This is becoming something completely different. I apologize. A lot of people will suggest you take the shower first to get the dirt off, and then you take a spiritual bath, and then you don't do anything else because you don't want to wash away the blessings. I have a special soap that I make and an oil that I make that I use. So I shower and then I do the full submersion, but I don't get rid of the water in the tub. I run the shower, I use the oil and the special soap just to make sure that I'm extra clean, my channels are extra clean, my entry points are extra clean. And usually after that, I'll do a reading. I'll be like, oh, how did you feel about how I, did this? How do you think it turned out? What are the outcomes? I check. I'm very thorough and anal these days because I'm realizing that just being gung-ho and doing anything and everything without confirmation from my guides is messing me up. That might also be a message for you. That's funny. Looking at the Fool. Don't take any stupid risks. Don't be so quick and hasty. You may have been quick and hasty when you decided that this person wasn't going to be able to do anything for you like the other person was. Open your eyes, please. If this person texts you or calls you back, I'm not kidding. Make a date. Make a date right fucking now. Let them take you out. Let them spoil you. Let them tell you how beautiful you are, please. Your twin is your twin is not going to give you what you need. They have so much growing to do. Oh my god. Yeah. They're murking up the waters for you, disrupting your peace, causing you to do all these readings, go to all these videos to get all this confirmation that they're going to come back to you and things are going to be different. You got to let this person go. And this isn't to say you're not going to come together. This is real talk, divine femme to divine femme, like, because I'm in my feminine energy right now. Baby got to get off the titty. Like, too codependent. Let this motherfucker go. They need to stand on their own 2 feet, solve their own problems, get over their own trauma, and then come back to you correctly. And when they do, it's going to have to be something, because spirit has sent someone else. That's how the game is played. You may have been romantic at one point. I don't see it progressing back to you being fully romantic. I see it being they want to support you. They want to be there for you in whatever way that you can, in whatever way that they can. But spirit has sent you someone who's going to show you what it's like to experience the world for real. Who is going to show you everything you didn't know you needed. And by the time the other person gets it together, by the time the other person comes offering you anything emotionally, you're going to, yep, you're going to be satisfied. All these cards tried to come out at one time. Yep. False starts and false foundations will crumble so that you can continue to build something new, so that you can continue to grow in a healthy, happy manner. I think this is just more confirmation in terms of sign, the King of Cups. So water signs, earth signs, because you got the King of Pentacles here. Not once did I see the Emperor. I saw the Empress though. So that would be you. Motherly, loving, nurturing energy. I don't see daddy energy here. We're going to let it slide this time, because whoever's coming in is going to drip daddy energy. So it's not going to matter. But whoever this is with the prominent water placements and the prominent earth placements, who's just driving you crazy, who's really just driving you like nuts, like you fight all the time. It's no, it's cool because you fight, then you fix it, then you laugh and you're kicking it up. But like, no, just stop. Spirit cannot stress this enough. I'm going to say it one more time in case you need to hear it as confirmation. Spirit said, if you don't get that boy off your titty and let them be a grown adult, you're not their mama. I know you give off mommy energy, healing, nurturing, loving, divine energy, but you're not their mom. Let them get it together on their own. Spirit is sending out some heavy hitters. Spirit is really sending out some heavy hitters. I've noticed this too. These divine babies need to get here at an extremely fast rate. Spirit is going to match you with who you need to be matched to for the sake of being matched to. Spirit's going to bless you, because these babies, these little new souls, these little newbie souls need to get here. Yes, some of the people who have died over the course of the last couple years through the craziness are also getting ready to come back, and come back as strong world leaders and people who will make significant change. But some of them are also just newbie souls. Newbie souls who need to be here, brand spanking new, to bring some type of mass chaos in a good way. But pile one, this is what I have for you. These are your developments in terms of your twin flame relationship and in terms of what will happen next. I hope it was helpful. Let me know in the comment section if anything resonated, if this is your situation. I would love to hear about it. Yeah, so this is what I've got for you. I hope I was helpful. Feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Hello, pile 2. This is your reading. So as usual, we're going to start with a confirmation. Oh, let me fix this setup. masculine, feminine. So, is this, I need to be down here. I thought I could do it like that, like I did pile ones. I cannot. Is this pile twos? Is this pile twos? Well, damn. Didn't even get to fully ask out the question because my brain was somewhere else. Got 10 and 27. And I actually go by the book, as I was saying for pile 1, because they give you the direct correlation to the energy surrounding you, and then the card. So the first card is the energy surrounding the situation, and then the second card is the answer. And I don't like to differ from the book. I get channeled messages, and I'm going to utilize them, but okay. So we have the scythe. The keywords for the scythe are endings, decisions, reaping, verdict, accident, harvest, rejection, release, sharp point, sudden event, breaking up, dissolve, gathering, collection, remove. The energy surrounding this is negative. And then we have 27. A wax sealed letter remains in the center of a desk. Letters are usually written in forms of communication coming your way. This also refers to modern forms of written communications like blog posts or journaling. In this instance, it's texting. I see a lot of angrily texts being sent back and forth. A lot of "you did this to me," "you shouldn't have done this to me," "I felt disrespected," and keywords here are written communication, document, certificate, awards, recognition, confirmation, proof, evidence, suggestion, research, reader, editing, and the energy is neutral and a maybe. But given that the card before this was negative, it pushes this into a no. 10 represents a no in the book. So this is not your twin flame, which is fair because it seems like they're not very nice to you anyway. That's not what I wanted to do. Why did I do that? I wanted to move the masculine and the feminine away from each other because it just doesn't seem nice. But we'll do another confirmation here, actually. Can you please tell me, is this, I'm just adjusting my mic here. I don't want that wire to appear anywhere in here. Okay, that's better. Can you tell me if this is pile two's karmic that they're dealing with them? Oh, shoot. Oops. The cards are absolutely beautiful, I have to say. 34 and 32. If you hear that, my son's playing with our cat in the background. Okay. Like I said, I do everything by the book because the books have specific meanings, and sometimes when you do a reading, if you're like me and you're a clairaudient and you quite literally hear the messages, that's great. But sometimes when it comes to reading from a particular deck, out of respect for the deck, just do it the way the deck says to do it, please. I've had a relationship with the deck where I did not do it the way that the deck suggested that I do it, and every reading I got was wrong because I refused to learn. This deck is very particular. It likes to be read in a very particular fashion, and I will not differ from that. Okay, so for 34, you've got fish. It's a positive card. It's positive energy, and it means yes. The keywords here being independence, abundance, flowing, freedom, money, trade, swimming, influx, treasures, financial luck, indulgence, and spending. Some of you might be water signs. Some of you might be water signs, or more specifically Cancer or Pisces. One of my guides said Scorpio could have Scorpio placements, but not as prominent. They're also reiterating that some of you might be extremely delusional, which is fair. Which is fair because we have that moon card. That happens when you're when you have prominent water placements, or you're just a water sign. You can be delusional. I mean, I'm a little delusional. So then you have the moon card, which is fame, recognition, imagination, dreams, intuition, personal goals, desire, attraction, cycles, artists, inspiration. The energy surrounding this card is also positive, and it is a yes. So this person is 100% your karmic, and the energy surrounding this situation, I think, represents more of the before and the after, because I had to do 2 different pulls. I'm feeling like the before is more so of that toxic, like I said, sending those text messages back and forth. This would be like blocking someone on Instagram, but then making a fake account to kind of spy on you. This would be like them telling you that they're your twin flame, and you're being like, are you sure about that? Because you're kind of acting like my karmic. And then like trying to prove to you that they're your twin flame, but you know for sure that they're your karmic. This is after. This is more so like you realizing that you need to move forward from this situation. Take all of the lessons that you can get from it, because everyone's meant to teach us a lesson, but then growing into something really well. Your money starts to flow a lot nicer, a lot smoother. You don't seem to have as many problems because you don't have that negative energy kind of lingering. Some of you may have even been considering a cud courting. Some of you may have even been considering cud courting, or just doing an overall cleansing ritual to get rid of the residual energy from when this person was around. That could be anything from a yoni steam to changing your hair, changing your clothes, anything that really captured their essence or their energy while you worked together or while you were spending time together. You may have contemplated getting rid of to start a fresh new cycle, so the energy feels a lot cleaner. You feel comfortable taking those deep breaths. You feel happy. You feel free. You feel like a weight's been lifted off your chest. And finding out that this person was not your twin flame was like, oh, thank goodness. Like, I could never see that person being an actual part of myself out here in the world wreaking havoc like that. Like, I just could not. And this would be like your guides being like, well, duh, we've been telling you for months that they're literally not you. Like, duh. But that's the confirmation reading. So now we can get into the progression of what's going to happen here. Because there is going to be a progression, which is wah, wah. Yeah. Can you show me what the progression is here, please, between these two? Someone loud as day said ditch their butt. We've been telling you this for months. You don't listen. You're hard-headed. You want to believe that because Spirit's got you and Source has got you and you're divinely protected, that we're going to pull you out of this situation. They said, you have no clue that this has progressed, and you've progressed to the point where you don't need Spirit to pull you up out of this situation. They gave you all the tools for you to be able to pull yourself up out of this situation. Anything else that happens to you at this point in terms of this connection, the way you two communicate, and how you allow them into your space, is because you're not utilizing the tools you were gifted to be able to get up out of this situation. And again, as I said at the beginning of the video, this does not stand for people who are in abusive situations. If you're in an abusive situation, this reading is not for you. This video is 100% not for you. And I highly recommend you get off this video right now and talk to someone who can help you. There's someone in your immediate friend group who already suspects that you are going through something. Talk to them. I'm never going to sit here and say, you're letting this happen to you. If you were in an abusive situation, talk to someone, please. This is not the reading for you. This is your confirmation to speak to the person who already has been looking at you and kind of side-eyeing you in the, hey, you need some help? You need me to hit this motherfucker with a bat real quick and we can just get the fuck up out of here? Like, that friend, you know who I'm talking about? Talk to them. You are one of the divine's children. You have a divine purpose. You have a reason for being on this earth. Please talk to someone who can help you. And if you're in a situation where you know you have the ability to help yourself, please do not wait. Do not hesitate. With that being said, for whomever that is or who those individuals are, I will be lighting a special candle for you when this is over. When the reading is done, I will be lighting a special candle for you to help guide you out of whatever dark time you might be experiencing. And I hope that it may service as a light for you that will lead you to where you need to be. Now, for those of you who stuck around, because this is for you, you're not going to be in the situation of pretending like you don't see. These tough decisions, you're going to have to start making them. Oh my God. So at first I was like, oh, maybe I didn't shuffle well enough, because these are the cards from, some of these are the same cards from a different pile. So if you feel drawn, no, do not go to another pile if you feel drawn to it. If you're asking about someone else, go to that pile. If you're asking about someone else. Oh, that was wrong, you said. That's the order. I was trying to remember the order in which they fell out. It tells a perfect story, don't you think? Okay, what do we have here? Coming out of a difficult situation. Oh, some of you will be transitioning from your feminine energy to your masculine energy. Well, well, well. Like I said, so the reason why this Judgment card is in reverse is because, like I said, Spirit is not going to pull you up out of the situation. They've literally made it so that you can pull yourself up out of the situation. Like, you can pray to them, like, oh, he's not my karmic. I really need to know how to, like, quietly, like, you know, step into something else. And your guides are looking at you like we've literally opened up 5 doors for you. You have to choose to step into the door. We can't push you, my dear. The most we can do is start to put stuff in front of you so that you see. And that's like, oh, I have a date. And then, like, it rains instead. And then you're like, oh, can't go. Or like, oh, we're going to have lunch. And all of a sudden you're broke. Like, but if you're still going to find ways to be out doing this, then there's nothing they can do until the cycle runs its course. It seems, yeah, it doesn't, yeah. So much indecision. That's what someone keeps reiterating. So much indecision. And for, like, all the wrong reasons, too. Like, all the wrong reasons. You keep thinking things will shift. Like, even if you realize that this person isn't your twin flame, it's weird. It's almost like you're trying to keep them as a friend or something. Like, oh, we can just shift the relationship. Oh my gosh. Yeah. This is a no. This is a hell no. This is your whole life is about to be turned upside down because you can't make forward movement. Keep in mind, this is just one path based upon what you're currently doing, as things can change. And as I say this, the things can change start to show up, right? So when you choose to make that forward movement, when you stand more firmly in your energy, when you shed that skin of being that, this is so weird, but I almost want to say this petite, elegant, divine feminine beauty. You know what I mean? Like, I'm okay. This is so strange, like the visual I'm getting, and I'm trying to describe it. So, you know, like the black luxury woman? So, like, really dark, elegant skin and like a perfect pastel-y pink silky dress with the perfect heels, the perfect clutch, slick back ponytail, done up to the nines, all that, right? And I see this person arguing with you and you being in your divine feminine energy and you going, I'm not gonna step out of place right now. I'm gonna sit here. I'm gonna look pretty, but know that, like, my guides got you. They're gonna fuck you up. When you stop being in that energy of this little petite luxury and really get to, oh, you want me to smack the fuck out of you, huh? Like when you say that, when you look at that, you know what I mean? Like, I highly doubt you're going to do that. But like, that's the energy that they're reiterating. Like, the way that they fight for you like that is the way you need to be fighting for yourself in the 3D. You absolutely cannot depend on them to do that for you every time. Like, they're going to show out just because you belong to them, baby. They will cradle you, nurture you. But when you get out of that, when you step into that more primal, sexy energy of, I'm not taking your shit. I don't belong to you. I'm not your little girl. I'm not your sweet little petite thing. I'm not the other half of you. You don't fucking deserve my time. And you start using that intuition, and you and your girlfriend start getting together, and y'all talk and you talk, and you're like, yeah, you know, you're really just talking. You start to be more cutthroat. You know, I see some offers coming for you. I see your actual twin. We all go through that false twin stage. It's like the worst stage, but it is a fair stage because we have to learn, right? So I see you exiting that false twin stage and making room for your actual twin. Ooh, I see someone who likes to get decked out to the nines with you. They see that elegant, you know, you don't have to necessarily be a woman of color. I'm a woman of color. I may be light bright, but I'm a woman of color. So that's why they do the black luxury. Like, that's why that's the imagery that I get. But I see someone who really wants to do that with you regularly on a Tuesday. It's like, get dressed. Wear that little pink silky dress I like. I'm taking you out. And this is like you cuddling with them, rubbing their head, making them feel safe and nurtured, and them making you feel well taken care of, and not in the form of like, oh, I'm just gonna pay for this and that, and like, we're not gonna speak. This is big boy. I want to talk to you about the things that I've been through. Can I push you to grow? Can you push me? Can we do this right fucking now? Oh my God. I love this for you. Coming out of feeling like you've been left in the cold, so you don't feel this energy at all. Yes. That was the Knight of Swords, by the way. This is the last little bit, because look at that. They threw out 3/4 of the damn deck. And I'm just kidding. Yeah, that's what whenever I see this is like I have something I really want to express to you. I'm not sure how to, so it may come off a little wrong because, you know, it's not 100% full of emotion yet. Secrets coming to light. Oof. Can you reiterate? Why is the star in reverse? Oh, well, flippity flip flip. And next to each other too. That is so amazing. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. I know that was probably the ugliest witch's laugh you've ever heard. My friends tell me it's a witch's laugh, and I only ever do it when I get overly excited, and here is why. I love this. So like I said, you're going to meet that person who's going to be your actual twin, and when that happens, your false twin, your karmic, is going to come back. They're going to come back, and they're going to try and tell you all these things and tell you all these secrets and let you think that they're emotional and they're emotionally available. Look, there's no seeds to be planted here. Nothing will come from this situation. It's not going to grow. You're going to tell them a million times. I don't care how much money you have. I don't care how nice you come off. It's not happening. I've met the person I'm supposed to be with. The ending of a situation, the ending of a cycle, so that you can continue to move on to something else. The Wheel of Fortune here, this has nothing to do with you. It's not spinning in their favor. Remember, this is a reading about the overall energy, so their energy had to pop up too. This is about it not turning in their favor. They're going to be stuck in cycles, actually. You're going through a death and rebirth. complete death and rebirth. This is cutthroat. I'm done with it. Death and rebirth. So definite death and rebirth. No seeds are going to be planted with this individual. And like I said, this happens when you choose to take a different path. And I love that I was right in the middle of saying when you choose to do differently, and then Spirit was like, oh, but they will, and here's what will happen when they do it. No more heartbreak for you. Having the courage to stand up for yourself, having the courage to say, look, I'm worth more, I deserve better, and you know, I don't even want a friendship with you. Too bad, so sad. Pile 2. This is what I've got for you. I thought I needed to do a channel message through music. That's why I have the die. Spirit said it all. Spirit said it all. They told all of it. And I have to say I love it. So, Spirit, if you have any closing remarks, just as I reshuffle for the next pile, that you want pile 2 to know, hang in there. Hang in there. Don't do anything stupid. That's funny. I love how the Fool comes out. Yeah, you know, take that leap of faith, but don't do anything stupid and foolhardily. Make sure that it's actually a well thought through plan. Make sure that it's well thought through. Please make sure that it is well thought through. Yeah, I think that's it. They kind of respectfully closed the line of communication while I was shuffling. I was expecting them to say something else, but it just kind of faded into nothingness. So that's where we're at. Thank you so much, Pile 2, for coming to my reading. If this resonated with you, comment. Let me know what's going on. I want to know. Have you already gone through this? Have you already kicked that motherfucker to the curb? I want to know. But yeah, thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you so much for letting me guide you and give you the confirmation that you potentially needed. I hope you stay safe, healthy, and obviously prosperous and blessed. And yeah, if you like this video, feel free to like, feel free to share it, feel free to subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am trying to post more frequently. But if you've watched my candle video, then you know that I took a week off because I needed to do that ritual and focus solely on that. But I'm back now. So feel free to also comment in the comment section what type of videos you'd like to see more of. I don't have enough subscribers to do a poll yet, so we're going to have to work with the comment section. And yeah, I hope I was helpful. Bye! Hello. So if you pick pile 3, this is your reading. If you're new here, as always, I'm Aphrodite, and this is Aphrodite's house. I do not sugarcoat things. I do not sweeten it for ya. We don't do that here. My guides would literally make it so that YouTube was a non-factor if I sugarcoated everything and didn't give you the tea. So this is how we're going to do this. This is the Divine Masculine, this is the Divine Feminine, and I'm going to do a confirmation reading first to just ensure that this is in fact your twin flame, and then we're going to get the what's coming next, the progression and all of that. So there is a specific deity who I was actually called to call in here for this because there's some sort of crazy divine thing going on here in the background, and the fact that I needed to call the fact that I felt like I needed to call her in speaks volumes to me. She's very, as you can see, she's very quick to respond. She's very she does not need to be doing all of that. She's very vocal, and I always go by the book. I was telling this to every pile. When you connect with the deck, sometimes you intuitively know how to work with the deck, whether it be a deck you've already worked with or just one that someone has taught you to work with. This deck has a particular way of being read. This deck will not give you the correct answers if you do not use the deck as the way it was intended to be, which is why the setup is like this. This is the overall energy and the answer as to whether or not this is your twin flame. So this is their energy, your energy, overall energy in the situation. I do get downloads, and I will be getting them, and I will be reading tarot, but this is just again the confirmation reading as to whether or not this is your twin flame. Oh, okay. I apologize. She wants another one. Yes. So she was explaining to me how even though she was quick to give a card, the way that the deck requires it to be read is 2 or more. The first one being the energy, the surrounding information, what could be happening, all of that, and then the actual answer comes in the form of the second card. And it is highlighted by what's happening in the first card. All of these cards fell over. All of them. We're going to take 20 because that's what was on top. And yeah. So first we're going to start with 30, which is the lily. Lilies are so beautiful. The key words here being passion, romance, peace, forgiveness, maturity, age, grandfather, grandmother, discreet, antiquity, old. The energy overall being neutral and maybe, and I have not learned to work with the playing card, so I actually don't read that because I feel like it would be wrong to give out the mixed information if it's not something that I'm used to. I'm still learning for the playing cards. But then you have 20, which is garden, the keywords here being party, socialization, gathering, festival, escape, networking, public, people, artistic, creativity, advertising, going into ambition, celebrating, cheering, the energy being neutral, and the answer here being maybe. But given that the card before this was positive, the maybe turns into a yes for me. And given that the lily card signified had grandmother, grandfather, and then you had things like celebration and things like that, I believe this is why it was called, I believe this is why I felt the need to bring in this goddess. I believe this is why I felt the need to bring in this goddess. This would mean that, yes, this is your twin flame, but also if you two are in a romantic relationship, this could signify that this is a highly, highly divine and blessed union. The elders in your bloodline who have passed are giving the go-ahead to be with this person. If this is someone that you want to be with, obviously things change. Being an oracle, I can only tell you that this is one of the many potential paths that could happen based off of how you allow things to play out and which paths you take, as many doors open, because we go through these periods of tests. And when we go through these periods of tests, all of these sort of doors open at the same time for those tests, meaning like karmics will show up, exes will show up, soulmates will show up. Keeping in mind that your twin flame would be a higher level soulmate, you still have other soulmates. You would be given options, tons of tests. This would be like dry spells within the relationship to test you both. You know, can you be faithful? Will you be faithful? Will you run at the slightest hint of drama and problems? You know, we need to know that when we put... So, pile 3, let me explain what happened. I fully recorded your video, and somewhere along the lines, it just stopped recording. It actually stopped recording 6 minutes in. It stopped recording 6 fucking minutes in. This was the best reading ever. I was so happy. I was so happy for you. The moon goddess came in and everything. We were vibing, we were chilling, and then I realized that nothing recorded. So, I can either tell you what happened, or I can read you the whole video. Someone is saying read you the whole video. Great. Okay. We're going to use tarot. Moon goddess, please Help me tell it to them again. The shifting energy, what's happening next. And don't come for my nails, please. I had to take them off so that my nails could have some breathing room, please. Hopefully this is the same message. I don't see why it wouldn't be, but sometimes, you know, divine, you know, maybe the message was meant for me. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that was my twin flame update. And that's why it deleted. Maybe that's why. Maybe the moon goddess was like, nah, that was for you. Still a great reading. Let's get it though. Okay. I don't want you in my shot. That was kind of the whole point. I apologize. I'm trying to get my thing out of the shot. Okay. So for pile 3, what's coming up next in terms of their relationship with their twin flame? I will say that the moon goddess is here. I don't know how much of that you caught, but divine, heavenly blessed. I'll go over the audio during editing. Wow. So for whatever reason, every time I try to record this, it just stops. I don't know what's up with that. Anyways, we're going to keep shuffling. That's crazy. And now I have this warmth next to my leg. I have to get this reading done. Not everyone come in and cry at me all at once, please. I am directly working with the moon goddess, so I need everyone to take 10 feet back. I know that everyone wants to get messages to all of their, you know, people that they're working with, but I need some space. I really just need some space. Someone is reminding someone to stop and smell the roses. Something particular about roses. It was enough to get me to stop everything I was doing. So that might be confirmation for you. Can I please just go back to... Thank you. Don't you love when that happens? They always seem to find a way. Okay. It seems like the message here is pretty much the same. You're coming out of this energy of indecision, of feeling like you don't have control over the situation, even though you do. I'm listening as well. That's why I'm doing this. I apologize. Okay, take time to stop, breathe, and implement healthier activities. Monitor your heart specifically. Oh, I think she's talking about cardio, getting your heart rate going in terms of health. Stop eating a salad and thinking that that's like helping you. That's weird. Oh, the body requires a full palate as well as you to absorb sunlight. That's new. Oh, take 15 to 20 minutes out of your day to sit and absorb the rays. That's a form of feeding the body and the soul. You'll find that when you technically eat the sunlight, you don't feel the need to eat as much food. You're also not bored. You're not also not eating out of boredom. It seems like a lot of people in this pile do that too. They are doing things, but they eat out of boredom. They don't eat out of the need to fuel themselves. And when they actually feel the need to fuel themselves, they eat something small like a salad and a couple bottles of water. You need a full palate. Make sure you're getting in clear liquids. Yes, but it doesn't always have to be water. It can be a broth. Make sure you're eating things that are good in like healthy fats. So make sure you're eating fish, but not things like lobster, crawfish, shrimp. Weirdly enough, tilapia? I don't know. Something might be going on with those. I know that the crustaceans and stuff that I just mentioned are like, they eat the stuff at the bottom of the ocean, which makes them bottom feeders. I don't know anything about tilapia though. I don't personally eat tilapia. My dad does, but I don't, so I'm not sure. Anyways, a lot of messages coming through. Because you want the body and the mind healthy for the relationship, for the new things that are coming in. When you process your body and implement these healthier things, and you're retraining your mind and reprogramming your mind. I'm hearing this for the first time and I didn't know it was possible. I said, holy shit, and then my camera just stopped. So the level of disrespect, I wholeheartedly apologize. She was not having it. What I'm learning, what I'm hearing is, I mean, it's a little weird to be like, you love yourself so much, but no, it's almost like, this is so hard to explain because it's hard to do it on a level that makes sense, because even I'm still learning and I need to find some mentors who will teach me everything. But the knowledge that I'm getting kind of makes sense and makes no sense at the same time. But it's almost like your soul opts to do this every time. Like opts to just be separated in two, to come together with with this divine union within itself. Like this crazy oneness, but it's like, no, I'm not falling in love with myself. Like that's not, it's not coming from a narcissistic energy. It's literally, I have a job to do. The job is so big that it requires more than one of me. And if it has to be more than one of me, I'm opting over and over again to be with this one of me, because they get me and we get the mission. We can get the job done. I don't know why this keeps happening. I have no clue what the hell's going on here. Let me just, I think, is my camera like overheating? That might be a thing too. It might just be overheating because of all the candles. I apologize. Let's see if we can, that's crazy. So my camera's overheating. This video is way too spicy, way too factual, and it's just gonna stop recording. I'm just kidding. Bottom of the deck, the Nine of Cups. I think it's a lot for you to handle, truthfully. I think you're starting to realize this, and so are they, and it's a little scary, and it's a lot to handle, and it's confusing. Four of Wands. Yeah. But I see it ending well. I see you moving forward in a very positive direction. I'm really trying to get this reading out proficiently without my camera continuing to just flop. Also, it could just be that I'm recording this in 4K, 60 frames per second, and it's just too much, and that's okay. Okay, so quickly before my camera. Yes, the sun. This is so cute. After everything you've gone through, this is so good. This is highly blessed. This is like heavenly blessed, you know? You ever see those relationships and you're like, this must just be a gift from heaven. Yeah, that's this. That's literally this. I mean, how could it not be? Wow. That's fair. That's absolutely fair. These are the same cards that came out in the first one. In the reading that I just did for you guys, where I was speaking for like 45 minutes and then it just died. Yeah. Highly blessed and favored. So, yeah, that's what I thought. Much like when I originally recorded this video, it's saying that you have to understand that taking time for yourselves is not a thing of them not wanting to be with you anymore. It's not a thing of them not wanting to grow with you anymore. It's literally this thing where Spirit separates you two without putting you in separation. You're at a pivotal point in your lives where it's almost like you can't afford to be separated. Like they need you to get it together while not being together, but being together. This is like, go to your apartments, work hard, build steady foundations, have a life outside of each other, but continue to be with each other. Continue to realize that you both want to grow together, and the goal is marriage. The goal is children's. The goal is off the grid living. The goal is really getting it together, being sustainable, having your own life, helping people. For you, or rather for the divine feminine, whichever one you associate with, masculine or feminine. For the divine feminine, I see it being more of a, I've got this. I hold the house down. I do these things. And the masculine is very much, money is very important to me, but not in the sense of like, I need to be rich. I need to have all the money. I need to have financial stability because I want to build with you. And should anything happen to me, I need to make sure you're going to be well taken care of. Not just you, my mom, my dad, everyone else. I want to be the person who has that stability for the family. This isn't like just for our family. This is the family. And it says a lot about how they're going to cherish you based off of how they're trying to just build for the sake of family in general. I'm hearing the divine masculine say, I had it pretty hard growing up. I don't want that for my kids. I don't want that for my wife. I also don't want my parents to feel like they were failures. Like because of the things that I experienced or saw growing up, that I don't care for them, that I don't love them. I'm hearing it's tradition. It's tradition. And I want to do these things out of love, not out of obligation. Do you have anything else to say? I love my divine feminine. Don't get me wrong. I may not say it, but I love my divine feminine. I would lay down in the road and die for them. I come off as mean sometimes because I'm not the emotional one in the relationship. You are. That's how we balance each other out. It's not always going to be rainbows and sunshines, but don't ever for a second think that just because I'm not giving you the things that you are asking for on that level, that I don't care. I need to be able to get there first. Oh, see, that's why they're like, you're together but you're separate. They have some healing to do too, like deep in their soul, with like fear of you like just leave. Someone must have just picked up and left. This is like no warning, no explanation. I don't want to do this, bye. And they're like, okay, at least if like you leave or whatever, I can be like, ha ha ha, I knew it the whole time. They're trying to, that's the like that's them trying to rationalize, you know, I'm not really going to say I love you yet. I'm not going to do it like this yet. I'm going to wait. Because in the next 6 months, if you just leave, then it's whatever. I knew it anyway. And I see you being like, are you ever going to show me the affection that I deserve? And they're trying. That's why you're separate but together. That's why. I see like little lovey-dovey, like high school. This is my boyfriend. Like, but it's just like that when you're together. Like that lovey-dovey, this is my boyfriend. Like that's what you're like when you're together. But when you're separate, you're both pretty hardworking and you kind of both stonewall sometimes. And say, I'm not going to show too much emotional availability today. Not that I don't want to. I'm just working on some shit over here. And that's fair. Oh, she's saying, the moon goddess, she's saying, and that's fair. You need that. This is at a time where we don't want you to separate. Because if you separate right now, karmics is just going to come through, and that's not the lesson. That is not the lesson. You have already gone through these cycles. You need to stop allowing these motherfuckers to... Excuse me. She is not saying that. I'm saying motherfuckers. She's not cursing. She's very... motherly. It's almost like when you say that motherfucker and your mom looks at you and goes, that's not what I told you to say. Say it like I said it, please. So I'm going to say it like she said it. You need to stop allowing these individuals to take up your time and your space. Because while time is a man-made construct, you live off of that. And you need to stop allowing people who don't deserve it to have it. Living off of time is one of the worst things. Living off of the man-made construct of how time functions is one of the worst things. Because you either feel like it went by too fast or like you don't have enough of it. And you're not figuring out how to be in the moment because you're so worried about time. Time holds way too much essence for you in this lifetime. Imagine this relationship does not run off of time, especially if you look at time as moving in a circular pattern rather than in linear time, meaning like cycles in history finds itself to be repeating. Remove all of that and let it flow naturally without it being a thing of time. She's suggesting try going a couple days without being obsessed with a clock. Like, yes, things happen, but see what happens when you just are, and see if you feel how things flow differently. Like the fluidity? I don't know if that's a word. Anyways, she's suggesting you try that. Also have the strength to speak your mind. Just because this person is healing doesn't mean that they shouldn't have to hear what you have to say, because you're healing too. Closed mouths don't get fed. You need to be open with how you're feeling so that they can be a little more open to giving that to you in a way that's what you need, but is not going to be harmful to their healing process. You're both moving off of your intuition to try and make this as peaceful as possible. You both don't want any drama or any more trauma. Your intuition is telling you that this is going to flow properly and everything's going to work out. So you need to trust in that, and they need to trust in that. And you both need to just allow that to be. Someone said there's nothing left to say. I was going to pull, but they're saying there's nothing left to say. So, pile 3, this is what I've got for you. It's hectic, it's chaotic. My camera cut off 50 times, but it's one of the best readings I've done today. This is great. This is so great. I love this reading. I'm just going to tell you now that it's over. When I first recorded this, like half of the suit of the cups was in here. I think it was the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups. It was, what was it? The Queen of Cups, the Ace of Cups, the Two of Cups, the Page of Cups, the Nine of Cups, the Ten of Cups, and I think the Seven of Cups. So it was talking about, it was all emotions. Like, there was emotions all over that read. And I remember that because I put it up to the screen and I was like, you literally have more control over the situation than you realize. You're not utilizing all of the tools that you have. I said, this is nothing but emotions from fucking both of you. This could really end the exact way you want it to if you speak up. And this just said the same thing. I mean, this really just said the same thing. This is crazy. So now that the reading is done, if you feel like this resonated with you, please comment down below. Let me know if this is what you're going through, if this is what you've been experiencing. I'd like to take a second to just thank you for watching the video. I hope it was helpful in some type of way. I hope the Moon Goddess was helpful. I hope that everyone else who came through was helpful. I hope that you got the confirmation that you needed. I hope that you stay healthy, blessed, and prosperous. And feel free to like, share, and subscribe. And comment down below which type of video you would like to see me do next, or what type of updated video you would like to see. I don't do very many of these. Twin Flames is not huge on my scale, as I'm still going through my own journey. And I never want to do a reading and have my own stuff show up, you know. So let me know, what types of stuff would you like to see? I'd do a poll, but I don't have enough subscribers to do a poll yet. So yeah, let me know. And I hope I was helpful again. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye.